It took me 15 minutes to build this PDF. It took dog trainers 5 days to turn it into $4,200. Here is my Etsy backend showing my earnings from June 8th to June 12th, 2026. $4,209.51. And the wild part isn't the number, it's what the product actually is. It's not some flashy digital product I spent weeks agonizing over. It's something professional dog trainers can't stop buying. And I built almost all of it with one AI tool you've probably only used for writing emails or summarizing articles. If you've ever wondered whether you could actually do this, find something today, build it today, and have real money in your account by the end of the week, stick around. I'm going to walk you through the entire thing, the exact way I used Claude to build this, the platform I listed it on, and the specific mistake I made with the listing, the ad campaign that actually moved the needle, including a part that almost got shut down before it even started. Not theory, the real screen, the real numbers, the real account. Here's how this started. I was scrolling through Etsy a few weeks back, just researching, and I noticed something strange. There are thousands of dog training PDFs out there, but they're almost all aimed at dog owners. Puppy training checklists, stop your dog from barking guides. What there's almost none of are PDFs built for the trainers themselves, the professionals running actual businesses, managing client load, tracking progress across dozens of dogs at once. That's a completely different buyer with a completely different problem, and basically nobody's building for them. That's the gap I went after. But before I show you what I built, I need to tell you about a pricing decision 3 days in that almost made me think the whole idea was a dud. We'll get there. It's the difference between this video being a $4,200 story and a, well, that didn't work story. So, the build. I opened Claude, and instead of typing something vague like, write me a dog training guide, I gave it an actual business problem to solve. Build a structured client intake and progress tracking system that a working dog trainer could hand to every new client. That difference matters more than people think. Claude is mediocre when you hand it a vague prompt. It's genuinely impressive when you hand it a real, specific problem with constraints. We went back and forth for maybe 20 minutes. I had it draft a client intake form covering behavior history and goals. Then a 12-week progress tracker trainers could fill in session by session. Then a troubleshooting section breaking down the 5 most common behavior issues: leash reactivity, separation anxiety, resource guarding, with a simple framework for each one. Claude wrote all the actual language and structured the logic. My job was steering it and cutting what didn't fit. Once the content was solid, I moved everything into Canva to lay it out properly. A clean grid, one consistent font pairing, a cover page that actually looks like a paid business tool instead of a free printable someone grabbed off Pinterest. Start to finish, blank page to a finished 24-page PDF, about 40 minutes. Quick one for you. If you've got a niche you think nobody's built a PDF for yet, drop it in the comments. I'm actively hunting for the next one, and some of the best ideas on this channel have come from exactly that. Now, where I actually sold it. I listed this on Etsy, and here's the part most people get wrong with Etsy. They treat the listing like an afterthought, slap on a generic title, and wonder why nothing sells. I treated the title and tags like they were the entire game, because on Etsy, they basically are. This wasn't listed as dog training PDF. It was built around the exact phrases a trainer would actually type into that search bar. Client intake form for dog trainers. Dog training progress tracker printable. Dog trainer business templates. Specific, searchable language almost nobody else in that category is using. I also made one dumb mistake early on that's worth admitting. My first version of the listing had 0 lifestyle mock-up images, just a flat screenshot of the cover page. It looked like a free download, not something worth $14. The second I swapped in proper mock-up images, the PDF shown on a laptop screen, on a printed page, in a binder, conversion on the listing itself noticeably improved. Visuals sell trust before anyone even reads your description. Then there's the pricing mistake I mentioned earlier. I launched at $9. 2 sales in 2 days. Fine, but not exciting. Almost as an experiment, I bumped the price to $14, and sales didn't slow down. They picked up. At $9, it read as a cheap template. At $14, it read as a professional tool a real business would invest in. Same exact product.
Completely different psychology. That single price change is responsible for more of this $4,200 than almost anything else I touched. But a great listing with great pricing still needs eyes on it. And that's where the ad side comes in, and where things almost went sideways before they went right. I ran this through Meta ads, and I kept it deliberately small to start, $5 a day. Campaign objectives set to sales, not traffic, not engagement, because I wanted Meta's algorithm optimizing for people who actually buy, not people who just tap a link out of curiosity. One single ad set, not 5 split out by different audiences, because at this budget, fragmenting your spend just starves the algorithm of the data it needs to find buyers. Inside that one ad set, I uploaded 3 creative variations: one static image of the PDF, one carousel showing different pages, one short clip of me flipping through it on screen, and let Meta's delivery system figure out which one actually converted, instead of me guessing. Here's the part that almost derailed everything. My first ad got flagged and
rejected. Meta's policy system didn't love the phrase, make money, in my original ad copy. Even though I wasn't even talking about income, I was talking about saving trainers time. I had to rewrite the copy, strip anything that sounded like a financial claim, resubmit, and wait almost a full extra day for approval. If you've ever had an ad rejected and assumed your whole campaign was dead, it's usually just the copy. Fix the wording, not the strategy. Targeting, once it was approved, was broader than most people expect. Dog training interests, positive reinforcement training pages, a couple of certification organizations trainers follow online. I didn't get cute with narrow demographics or age ranges. At $5 a day, narrow targeting just kills your reach before the algorithm has enough data to learn anything useful. Placements were left on automatic too. Feed, Reels, Stories. So Meta could find the cheapest path to an actual sale instead of me manually betting on where I thought it would land. Let me just lay the numbers out plainly for a second. 5 days, $5 a day in ad spend. Roughly $25 total once the approved ad actually started running. Day 1, before any ads were live, 2 organic sales just from people finding the Etsy listing through search. Day 2, the ad finally went live after the rejection delay, and that day alone brought in 3 more sales. Day 3, the price change to $14 kicked in, and instead of slowing things down like I half expected, sales jumped to 7 in a single day. That's the price as trust signal effect showing up in real numbers. By day 5, this one PDF had sold 63 times. At $14 each, plus a small handful of people who added a bonus printable I bundled in afterward, that's how you land at $4,200 in 5 days, off a product that took 15 minutes to build and $25 to advertise. I want to be straight with you about why this worked, because it's not luck and it's not really about dogs. It's the same pattern behind almost everything that's actually performed on this channel. Find a specific buyer nobody else is building for, make something genuinely useful to them, and price it like it's worth something instead of racing to the bottom. The PDF is just the vehicle. The skill is everything I just walked you through. Spotting the gap, building fast with AI, pricing with intention, and running ads that don't waste your money learning lessons you could have avoided. That's exactly the system I built the passive PDF method around. Not this one dog trainer niche specifically, the full repeatable process. Finding an underserved buyer, building a real PDF fast using AI, listing it so people actually find it, and running a small ad campaign the right way instead of throwing money at it blind. If you want the structured, step-by-step version of everything I just showed you and the other secret traffic strategies I use to make PDF sales effortlessly, the link's in the description and pinned comment.
So, back to that pricing mistake I brought up at the very start. The instinct most beginners have is price it low so people actually buy it. That instinct is exactly what keeps most people stuck making almost nothing from their first PDF. The fix wasn't some hidden hack. It was treating the product like it was actually worth something, and letting the price say that before a single person even opened the file. This dog trainer niche isn't even close to tapped out yet. I've already got 2 more product ideas sketched for it, and depending on how this one keeps performing over the next few weeks, I might turn this into its own ongoing series. Same niche, different products, watching what actually sells. If you want to see exactly how I build the next one, start to finish, real numbers, no skipped steps, that's coming soon, so subscribe if you don't want to miss it. And if today's breakdown actually helped, the deeper system behind everything you just watched is 1 click away in the description. I'll see you in the next video.